As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Y'all two grown people need to get your own house.
Right.
You had 7 years to have told him that. When we fight, who's gonna win?
You are.
I don't answer questions, I ask them.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand.
Objective, independent justice.
I'm ready to rule. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Adina Sanchez is suing Tracy Lim in the amount of $5,000. Ms. Sanchez claims she was secretly recorded while puppy sitting for Ms. Lim and says she can't work now because she's afraid of being watched. The defendant is countersuing in the amount of $600.
All right, Ms. Sanchez, you're suing Ms. Lim for $5,000 for invasion of privacy, is that right?
That's correct.
And Ms. Lim, you have countersued for $600 for breach of contract.
That is correct.
So my understanding is you're a dog sitter?
Yes, correct.
And how did you meet the defendant?
Well, I've been dog sitting for a while. I actually do it for a living. I live at this apartment complex, and I've been dog sitting for a lot of the people that live there for a couple of years now.
So in her same complex?
Yes, correct.
Before she contacted you, you didn't know her?
No, not at all, but I guess the neighbors told her that I do a really good job, so then she reached out over text.
Okay, all right, and so what kind of dog are we talking about?
It's a Husky Shepherd mix. Her name is Juno, and she's my baby. She's my best friend. About 8 months ago.
Is it the first dog you ever had?
Yeah, it's the first pet I've ever owned.
Okay. So you heard about her from neighbors in the same complex?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I don't really know her that well, but
Right.
I've seen her around, walking around the courtyard, walking other people's dogs.
So what was the agreement? What were you supposed to do for her?
Yeah, so pretty much she had to travel to go visit apparently some family members. So
Right.
I had to stay at her apartment for
Right.
4 days.
Right. So you had to move into her apartment?
Yes, correct.
So you
Contract.
moved in, you packed your stuff, and you moved in, and this is where you were living during the time you were taking care of her dog?
Yes, actually, Tracy came earlier.
Right.
But my contract said 4 days, and I was going to do that. I actually asked her for $400 in advance.
Right.
Because.
And then how much were you supposed to make?
Well, it depends. If I have multiple owners, then I make.
No, how much were you supposed to make keeping her dog house sitting for 4 days?
$100 a day, so $400 for the 4 days.
$100 a day.
Yes.
Okay. So anything unusual happened day one?
Not day one, but towards the night, yes.
And on the night of day one, what happened?
Yes. So the dog started to get, you know, with a very emotional, a lot of energy was happening.
Right.
I could tell that the dog was missing its owner, so I went and got a sock from the owner and put it there, and that relaxed the dog for a bit.
Right.
But then Juno started to really misbehave. She started to chew on different things such as wood.
Right.
At one point,
Your Honor,
at one
I
point,
have never seen my dog behave like that. Juno would never do that.
How long had you had Juno?
About 8 months. I got her 8 months ago.
Oh, okay.
yes, but I don't know. Maybe it's because it's the first time the dog has not been with its owner.
Well, was that the first time Juno had been away from you?
Yeah.
So was there something that happened the first night that is relevant to this case?
Yes.
What happened?
So then after I got a little bit tired, I was on my phone, I received this text message, if I could please show it as evidence.
What does the text, no, read it to me. What does the text say?
Okay, it's Tracy texting me, hey Adina, make sure you use filtered water for Juno. Then right after, I receive another text saying,
Wait, make sure you use what kind of water?
filtered water.
Right, okay.
And then it says, it's really important that you play with her too. Can you watch TV and talk on your cell phone after Juno is asleep?
Right.
Did you get my texts? I was in shock. How do you know that I am on my phone? I started looking around. I really started to panic because I was never told there were cameras around. I did not see any cameras around. And then the next day actually is when I realized what was going on.
Which was what?
So at one point, Juno poops on the living room area on the floor.
Right.
So of course, when an animal is not behaving well, you have to reprimand them.
Right.
So I put Juno in their crate, and then I started listening to this person shouting at me, and it was Tracy.
And what was she saying?
She was telling me to leave, to not treat Juno like that. That I don't have the right to be shouting at her, and I'm very confused and panicky because where is this voice coming from?
Right.
And that's when I realized, if I may please show you this evidence, I have pictures of 3 stuffed animals that were recording me the whole time.
She had stuffed animals with cameras in them?
Yes, correct, in the living room area.
Your Honor,
yes.
I would like to clarify that I have these 3 cameras for the safety of Juno. She's my baby. She's been with me through the very tough times when I was lonely, when I was depressed. And this was all for her safety because she's still very young. She's not even a year old. And I have never left her with anyone else.
But did you tell her that you were going to be watching out, making sure that she was doing the right thing by your dog? Did you tell her that?
No, I didn't have to tell her, and she never asked.
Why didn't you have to tell her? Why do you think you didn't have to tell her?
Because I have these puppy cameras in
Why didn't you have to tell her? Why didn't you have to tell her that while she was staying in the house, you were going to have these cameras rolling?
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
You came home early because you thought the dog was being mistreated?
Yeah, I couldn't stand to see Juno being treated like that, so I went to New Jersey to celebrate my mom's birthday, but I needed to come home.
And later.
So tell me about this party you were throwing and what type of alcohol was being served?
The main one being served was gin juice and mixed with some soda.
And what about food?
Mainly chips.
So people brought chips, so it was just gin and chips.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Adina Sanchez, who is suing Tracy Lim for invasion of privacy.
Why didn't you have to tell her you were going to have these cameras rolling?
These are just for Juno, like just to monitor Juno and her activity. So these aren't in the bathroom, these aren't in the bedroom. These are just in the living room, on the balcony.
Where is Juno's cage and everything?
The kennel.
And where are the toys and everything?
Well, they're all spread around the apartment, but I think it's not okay. It's actually, for me, it's illegal that you can record me without telling me or without my consent. I couldn't tell until I heard her speaking through a stuffed animal.
So I want to ask you, why do you ask for $5,000? What does that represent?
I am panicking a lot. I can't work with anyone else at their apartment, so I've been losing my sort of income because now I think everyone is recording me. I'm paranoid. To me, the thing that really threw me off, and I think it's totally not okay, is that she was recording me without my knowledge.
Your Honor,
okay, now let's go back to your side. You're suing for $600 for breach of contract.
Yes.
Because what is it that you think she didn't do?
Well, in the contract, it says that she had to give Juno filtered water, and she gave her tap water.
Do you have video to show me of her giving Juno tap water? You have a copy of it now?
Yes, I do,
on your
Your
phone?
Honor.
Can you show me her phone, Chris?
I'm so bored with this dog. Can't believe I have to stay here all weekend. She's so lazy. She does nothing. Juno, you bad, bad girl. You're staying there all day.
That was it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. And so you're spending 24 hours a day with Juno?
Correct.
And so how many hours did you spend with Juno in total?
The first 2 days were full days until 8 p.m. and then she came back.
You came home early because you thought the dog was being mistreated?
Yeah, I couldn't stand to see Juno being treated like that, so I knew I had to come back home. Like, I went to New Jersey to celebrate my mom's birthday, but as much as I wanted to stay, I needed to come home.
So other than that, though, during the 48 plus hours that she was there, did she do what she was contracted to do?
For the most part, she did, but she spoke to Juno very harshly.
So let me ask you, did she give you any money other than the $100?
She had paid me in advance for $100.
Right.
Because that's what was agreed upon before I started working. So where do you come
up with $600?
Okay, so $400, she asked to be paid in advance.
Right,
$400. So $100 per day for 4 days, but she only did 2 days because I came home early. But
you're suing for $600, so what is that?
The remaining $200 is for the flight change fee that I had to make because I came 2 days early.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I'm ready to roll. As to the invasion of privacy in your state, it is against the law to videotape or use an imaging device to secretly view a person if the person is in a private area and has a reasonable expectation of privacy and has not consented to the observation. Yes, people do this for babysitters, people who are coming in for short periods of time, maybe a couple of hours or 4 or 5 hours, or even just for the day, and they videotape them. The difference here, though, is she moved into your house. Therefore, she had a reasonable expectation of privacy. The United States Supreme Court has even said this, that even a house guest in your house has a reasonable expectation of privacy. Minnesota versus Olson, 495 U.S. 91, 1990. So she did have a reasonable expectation of privacy, and you invaded that privacy with this videotaping. You should have told her about it. $5,000 is just like a random number. I mean, it's really within my discretion to award damages in a case like this. I'm going to award for the plaintiff half of that, $2,500. I'm going to get to yours in a minute. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. As to your countersuit for breach of contract, I think for the time that she was there, 48 hours with this dog, this one time when she happens to be yelling at the dog, I think there was substantial compliance. There's something in the law called substantial compliance. Has she substantially, for the most part, done what she was contracted to do? I think she did that. Whether it was reasonable or not for you to get on a plane, I wouldn't have left my mama's birthday party and got back on a plane because somebody yelled at my puppy, and he's going to be traumatized. I bet your mama was more traumatized because you left mama to go back home to the puppy that was being yelled at. So I find that you failed to prove your case, and as the defendant's case is dismissed. Good luck to both of you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $2,500.
I have definitely learned my lesson, and I am asking all future clients if they have cameras.
It is always my right to have a puppy camera for the safety of my pet.
Coming up.
I had my first drink, and it was really good, so I had a second cup.
Okay.
And that was still good.
Were you dancing yet?
I don't really remember.
No, you don't. You don't remember after the second drink?
After the second drink, it was a little
Did you notice anything? At any point did you start noticing her?
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Kylie Myers is suing Ryan Miller in the amount of $1,050. Ms. Myers claims her brother's friend served her too much alcohol at his party and says she fell on the way out and needed stitches. Mr. Miller is countersuing for $600.
Ms. Myers, you're suing Mr. Miller for $1,050 for negligence and personal injury, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're countersuing Mr. Miller for what?
I'm countersuing for the damage of my property.
So property damage. Okay, so how do you two know each other?
He is my brother's friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you were invited to a party at his house?
Yes, it was supposed to be a small gathering, just some young professionals having wine. That's what I was told by my brother.
Right. Okay, so tell me about this party you were throwing.
Well, this party was a little bit of a get-together.
Okay, and what type of alcohol was being served?
Well, there was, the main one being served was gin juice and mixed with some soda.
And what about food?
Food, well, that was definitely subjective to whatever anyone else wanted to bring, mainly chips.
So people brought chips, so it was just gin and chips. So then what happened?
I had my first drink, and it was really good, so I had a second cup.
Okay.
And that was still good.
Were you dancing yet?
I don't really remember.
You don't remember after the second drink?
After the second drink. It was a little fuzzy.
Did you notice anything? At any point did you start noticing her?
Most definitely.
What happened?
At one point, she started, kind of bumping into people, bumping into corners of my house.
You mean trying to walk and unsteady?
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Was she the only one like that there?
She was doing it the most.
Okay, so she's a little wobbly, but she's bumping into what?
So she ended up knocking over my speaker.
Okay, so what happened after she knocked over the speaker?
Well, this is actually at the very end, when I decided that she actually needed to go.
Oh, you told her she needed to go.
Coming up.
Did you see the confrontation between your sister and Sarah?
I heard a verbal altercation, and it was my sister and Sarah.
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Kylie Myers, who is suing Ryan Miller for negligence and personal injury.
Well, what did you do? Oh, you don't remember?
Well, I do remember this.
What did you do?
Yeah, so from my point of view, I was being instigated by Ryan because he was telling me that another girl at this party, Sarah, was talking bad about me.
So he came over in his drunkenness and said, there's somebody here talking about you?
Yes.
Okay, so you went over and told us Sarah said what?
I mentioned that Kylie was being talked about by Sarah, and Sarah was kind of pointing out that she seemed a little bit less comfortable drinking, also wanting to make a great impression.
Right. So he says this to you, and in your drunkenness, your response is?
I don't remember, but that's why I brought my brother here, because he remembers.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So should I call him at this point?
I think so.
Court call Sean Myers.
Yeah.
Was there anybody not drinking?
I wouldn't say so, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, here we go. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give me today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, Sean, stand with your sister here. Okay, did you see the confrontation between your sister and Sarah?
Yeah, so I was talking with a few of my friends, and I heard a verbal altercation. So I turned around, and it was my sister and Sarah, and they were kind of getting into an argument.
Right, so they were just back and forth,
yeah,
just bickering. So then what happened?
So at that point, that's when Ryan came over, and he said that my sister and myself had to leave the
Oh, he threw y'all out?
Yeah. So we were going to leave. My sister, she had to use the bathroom.
Your Honor, this is when she decided to trip over my speaker and ended up chipping the corner. And also, I do have some evidence right here as well in regards to the broken toilet. And I am not entirely sure how the toilet
Okay, well, this is the first time I'm hearing about the toilet.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
What's happened with the toilet? Did you break the toilet?
Well, at this point, I had had
you don't even
3
know.
drinks.
Okay, so why are you suing him for $1,050?
Because when he kicked me out, when I was going down the stairs, I tripped and I tumbled down the stairs and I had to get
outside of his apartment?
Yeah, and I had to get stitches on my left arm.
What does that have to do with him?
First, he was kicking me out. And
Okay,
then
well, he has a right to say, leave my house. What's the $600?
$600 is for both the damaged speaker alongside the damaged toilet.
Right. Let me see some proof of these damages.
I do have that right here.
So how did the speaker get damaged? Did you see her touch the speaker?
I did not see her touch the speaker, but I saw it fall down.
But you don't know if she was the one, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So we're going to forget about the speaker. Now we're on the toilet. Do you know for certain she broke the toilet?
I am about 95% sure.
But not 100%?
I'm not 100%
okay,
sure.
so I'm ready to rule. So did you learn anything?
To watch my drinking.
And you're lucky your brother was there. And did you learn anything?
I learned to make it abundantly clear that there's going to be drinking at a party.
So next time you're going to say, listen, we're going to be drinking indiscriminately and all we're going to have is chips.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Case dismissed. Good luck to you both.
Judge Karen has ruled. Both cases are dismissed.
I really don't think what went down today was fair, but I guess justice was served.
I don't think I'm ever going to throw a party ever again.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.